Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world where um, these grand revolutionary ideals, they don't just fade away.
No, they
They
twist.
twist into something. Well, something chillingly familiar, actually.
Exactly.
We're about to dive deep into a source, a really pivotal one, that shows us the very end of that experiment.
Right, the moment it collapses. Fully into tyranny.
And what's so fascinating, I think, is how this material, it shows us not just, the end point, the grim destination,
Mm-hmm.
but the path to it. That sort of insidious, gradual slide into absolute power.
Yeah, the corruption of everything they initially stood for. So our mission today really is to pull out the key insights from this final dramatic turn.
So you can quickly grasp the whole arc, right? The
Yeah.
whole story of this transformation.
The full weight of it, yeah.
Okay, so our source for this deep dive is an excerpt. It's from a chapter about Animal Farm.
That final chapter.
Exactly, focusing on that ultimate devastating conclusion, the fate of the whole revolution.
Right.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Years have passed on the farm,
A lot of years.
and that initial, spark of the rebellion, it's definitely dimmed a lot.
Faded significantly, yeah.
We learn who's left from the old days: Clover, Benjamin, Moses the Raven, and, well, quite a few pigs.
But so many are gone. Or forgotten.
Right, like Snowball,
Hmm.
Boxer.
Hmm.
Names that were once central.
Just gone from memory for most. And this passage of time, what does it do to the original vision? Especially with all these new animals.
Yeah, the ones who came later. For
Yeah.
them, the rebellion is just like a story.
Only a dim tradition, as the text says. Or completely unknown.
That erosion of memory is, it's absolutely key here, isn't it?
Totally. Think about who's dead. Muriel, Bluebell, Jesse, Pincher. Even Mr. Jones is long gone.
And Snowball, Boxer,
Yeah.
like you said, basically forgotten.
And the ones who are left. Clover, she's described as this old stout mare now, stiff in the joint.
With a tendency to roomy eyes. Past retirement age.
But no animal ever actually retired. That promise, gone too.
And Benjamin the donkey.
Oh, he's more morose and taciturn than ever, especially since Boxer died.
Understandable. And the pigs.
Well, they physically represent the shift, don't they? Napoleon is a mature boar of 24 stone. Huge.
24 scone.
Well, others. Exactly. And Squealer is so fat that he could with difficulty see out of his eyes.
Wow. And the new animals, the younger generation.
They're described as, well, very stupid. Can't learn the alphabet past B.
So they just accept everything.
They accept everything they're told about animalism, but without really understanding any of it.
That lack of connection to the past, it's dangerous.
It creates the perfect environment for manipulation. They have no baseline, no memory of what things were supposed to be like.
So what does this all mean for the Animal Farm dream, then? The farm is supposedly more prosperous now.
Yeah, on paper, it's bigger 2 fields, bought from Pilkington.
The windmill finally got built, though not for electricity.
No. Used for milling corn, which brings in handsome money profit.
Profit for whom, though? That's the question.
Precisely. They've got new machines, a thresher, a hay elevator. Looks good.
But who's actually benefiting? What happened to all those luxuries Snowball promised? The electric light, the stalls with hot water.
Vanished. The text is blunt.
The farm had grown richer without making the animals themselves any richer, except, of course, for the pigs and the dogs.
Classic. So how to justify this? The pigs' work.
Ah, yes, the work. It's described as this endless work in the supervision and organization.
Sounds important.
It involves all these mysterious things: files, reports, minutes, memoranda.
Stuff that sounds official.
Exactly. Squealer claims it's all of the highest importance for the welfare of the farm. But it's all burned in the furnace afterwards.
So it was all just performance.
Performative bureaucracy. An illusion of productivity to justify their power and their consumption.
Because the text makes it clear.
Very clear. Neither pigs nor dogs produced any food by their own labor, and there were very many of them, and their appetites were always good.
Well, the other animals, their lives are described so bleakly. Generally hungry, they slept on straw, they drank from the pool, they labored in the fields, cold in winter, flies in summer.
And they couldn't even remember if things used to be better.
No, they had nothing to go on except Squealer's figures, his statistics.
Which always showed things improving.
Invariably demonstrated that everything was getting better and better, even when their bellies were empty.
But despite all that, the hunger, the hardship, the obvious inequality, they still clung to something, didn't they?
They did. There was still this sense of honor and privilege in being members of Animal Farm.
Like they were special.
Yeah, they believed they were not as other animals, still proud that the farm was animal-owned, animal-run.
Still holding on to that dream of Major's Republic of the Animals.
It's quite poignant, that enduring hope. It shows that deep need for meaning, for identity, even when everything's falling apart.
They really felt pride in being, the only farm in the whole county, owned and operated by animals.
Absolutely. Their hearts swelled with imperishable pride when the gun fired on anniversaries or when the green flag flew.
Even secretly humming Beasts of England.
That dream of the golden future time, it kept them going somehow. This idea that if they worked hard, at least they worked for themselves.
Even though it wasn't really true anymore.
Not at all, but the belief was powerful.
Except for Benjamin, of course.
Ah, Benjamin. The ultimate cynic. His view never changed, did it?
No. Things never had been, nor ever could be much better or much worse.
Hunger, hardship, and disappointment being the unalterable law of life. He saw through it all.
While the others held on to that manipulated pride.
Yeah. Which brings us to, well, the really shocking moment.
The point of no return. It starts strangely, with Squealer taking the sheep away.
For a whole week. Supposedly for privacy.
To teach them a new song, which already sounds ominous.
Very. And then that terrifying sound, Clover's neighing in alarm.
And the animals rush out to sea.
The unthinkable. A pig walking on his hind legs. It's Squealer. Strolling, awkwardly maybe, but doing it. And then
The others follow.
a whole long file of pigs all walking on their hind legs, making their way around the yard.
Must have been horrifying.
And then the grand entrance. Out came Napoleon herself, majestically upright.
Upright, like a man.
Flanked by his dogs. And the detail that seals it.
A whip.
He carried a whip in his trotter.
A whip. The symbol of human oppression, now held by a pig.
It's the ultimate visual betrayal, the complete transformation embodied.
The animals are stunned, terrified, huddling. They might have protested, maybe.
But just at that moment, the sheep.
Their new song.
They burst out into a tremendous bleating. What was it?
4 legs good, 2 legs better.
Better. They keep bleating it for 5 solid minutes.
Drowning out everything else, any chance of protest gone.
Engineered consent. A manufactured distraction. And then the final blow to the revolution's core principles.
The commandments. Clover can't quite see them anymore.
Her sight is failing, so she gets Benjamin to read the wall.
And the 7 commandments.
Gone. Replaced by one single chilling sentence.
All animals are equal.
But some animals are more equal than others.
It's just devastating. The ultimate twisting of language.
It perfectly captures how you can use the language of equality to justify the exact opposite. It legitimizes the whole corrupt system.
And right after that, the pigs just fully embrace being human, don't they?
Completely. The whips become normal. They get a wireless radio, arrange for a telephone.
Subscribe to human newspapers. John Bull, Tippets.
The Daily Mirror, and then the clothes. Napoleon walking around with a pipe in his mouth.
Pigs wearing Mr. Jones's actual clothes. Napoleon in the black coat and leggings.
And his favorite sow in Mrs. Jones's silk dress.
It's not just adopting behaviors. It's like they're literally stepping into the Joneses' shoes.
Shedding their animal identity entirely. Becoming the thing they fought against.
Which leads, almost inevitably, to the next scene. The humans visiting.
Yes, the farmers arrive in their dog carts. For a tour of inspection.
Framed as ending this long period of mistrust and misunderstanding.
Yeah, smoothing things over now that the pigs are, well, behaving properly.
And the scene inside the farmhouse.
Oh, it's incredibly symbolic. 6 farmers and 6 of the more eminent pigs.
Napoleon at the head of the table, naturally.
Playing cards. Drinking beer, just like Jones used to.
And Mr. Pilkington from Foxwood gives a speech.
A very revealing speech. He admits they were worried at first about a farm run by pigs, feared
a spirit of license and indiscipline.
Right. But now, he's impressed. Animal Farm is a model of up-to-date methods.
Praising the discipline and orderliness.
And then he gets to the really crucial part. He openly admires the fact that the lower animals on Animal Farm did more work and received less food than any animals in the county.
He admires their exploitation.
And says he and the others plan to introduce the same efficiencies on their own farms.
Unbelievable. And then his little joke.
His bon mot, as the text calls it.
If you have your lower animals to contend with,
yeah,
we have our lower classes.
Ugh, and everyone laughs. The table was in a roar. Shared laughter, shared tyranny. It cements the alliance between the new and old oppressors.
Napoleon's response then is all about reassuring them, right? Getting rid of any last trace of revolution.
Exactly. His speech is short, businesslike. He's happy the misunderstanding is over, denies any subversive intent.
Just wants to live at peace and in normal business relations.
He even calls the farm a cooperative enterprise, owned jointly by the pigs. A nice corporate touch.
And then he announces the changes to build confidence.
It's a systematic erasure of the past, no more calling each other comrade.
The skull of Old Major, the symbol they march past, buried.
The flag, the white hoof and horn removed, just a plain green flag from now onwards.
Stripping away all the revolutionary symbols.
And the final act. His only one criticism of Pilkington's speech
is that he called it Animal Farm.
Napoleon announces the name has been abolished. Henceforth, the farm is to be known as the Manor Farm.
It's correct and original name. Back to square one.
Completely. And they all toast to the prosperity of the Manor Farm.
The betrayal is absolute. And the animals outside, watching all this.
This is their moment of truth, isn't it? They're looking in, seeing the cheering, the drinking.
And they notice something weird about the pigs' faces. What is it Clover sees?
It's described as something melting and changing, she sees.
Yeah.
Well, chins.
Chins.
Some of them had 5 chins, some had 4, some had 3. It's this grotesque physical manifestation of their corruption, their indulgence.
Almost like they're literally blurring into something else.
Yeah, dissolving. It's uncanny, unsettling. Her old, dim eyes see this transformation happening.
And the final scene is triggered by something so mundane, a card game.
A violent quarrel suddenly breaks out, shouting, banging tables, suspicious looks, denials.
All because Napoleon and Pilkington played the same card.
An ace of spades simultaneously. A petty human argument.
But it's the catalyst for the final horrifying realization.
12 voices were shouting in anger, and they were all alike.
All alike, pig and human.
No question now what had happened to the faces of the pigs. The animals outside look back and forth.
From pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again.
But already it was impossible to say which was which.
Wow. The cycle is complete. The oppressors and the newly oppressive are indistinguishable.
The revolution hasn't just failed, it's recreated the very thing it fought against. A new tyranny identical to the old.
So, taking a step back, what does this all really mean for us? For understanding history? Maybe human nature?
Well, this deep dive, it gives us such a powerful, concentrated lesson, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
About unchecked power, first and foremost, how it corrupts. But also about how truth gets manipulated, how language itself gets twisted.
And how easily those original noble ideals can be completely subverted.
Which raises that big question, I think. How do societies guard against this? Against these slow, insidious transformations where the very symbols of freedom end up serving the oppressors?
When telling them apart becomes impossible.
Exactly. How do you stop the new boss becoming indistinguishable from the old boss?
And that leaves us with, well, a pretty provocative thought, maybe. If memory can be deliberately erased like that, and language can be so skillfully manipulated to create a false reality, what's our responsibility as individuals?
What burden do we carry?
To, rigorously remember history, to constantly question the narratives we're given.
To keep our eyes open, essentially.
To make sure we recognize it.
Right.
If and when the faces around the table start to change.
A sobering but vital thought to end on.